Hi guys, welcome to this module. In the previous module, we learned how we can do lip sync using switch layers and how we could do hand switch using switch layers. So in this, guys, we're going to be learning how to do two things: camera setup and scene setup. Okay, so we're going to start with camera setup. There are a few tools here that you should see that concerns your camera. The camera is the point through which you can view this scene from. So the point where I am now looking at this scene is my camera view. To see that better, I'm going to click this orbit tool here. Then I'm going to just click and drag. Okay guys, you can see that this is still our character. This point here is my camera from which I am viewing this character. So if I should rotate, you could see that my camera is somewhere facing my what's it called, character. Okay, so I'm going to reset this. So guys, that's my character. So we're going to be doing learning a few controls for this character. The first control we have here is the camera position. It's called track camera. You can use it to position the camera. So if I should move it left and right, it could look as though it's my character that is moving, but it's not the character that is moving, it's the camera. The character is stationary and the camera is moving. To see that better, let's use the orbit tool. So I'm going to rotate this so it looks as though we are viewing the character from the top. So I could use my um, track camera. So if I move this around, you can see that it's the camera that is moving, not the character. Okay, so if I look at it from the top, you can see that the camera is moving. And then if I should look at it from the side, you can see I can move my camera up and down. Right, so let's reset this and reset this. So guys, we're back here with our camera, and to move the camera close and near, we can track the camera. So if I hold down Alt on my keyboard, I can move the camera in the Z axis. So it could look as though my character is zooming in, but actually it's the camera that is moving close. Let's take a look at that also from with the orbits tool. Okay, so you can see from the side, if I should click this, hold down my Z on my keyboard, I could move my camera close and move it far. Okay, let's reset our orbit. Now the next one is to zoom the camera. So if I should click this, it looks as though the camera is moving close like the previous example. However, we are just zooming in on the camera. This is a zoom tool and not the track tool. We're going to get into some example later so we can understand the difference between both. Next one is to roll the camera, to rotate the camera around. All right, let's reset this. And then this is to tilt and pan the camera. To tilt is to move the camera up and down. To pan is to move it um, left and right. Let's look at it with the orbit tool. So from the orbit tool, let's look at it from the front. You can see this is our camera. So with this, I can move my camera, turn my camera left and right. This is to turn the camera left and right. And then if I should look at it from the side, I could tilt the camera up and down. Okay, see guys, up and down tilting. So I'm going to reset this and then reset this. Okay guys, so that's it for the camera. Next we're going to be learning is how to now use this camera in setting up our scene. So I've designed a background here. I've just designed this background guys. So let me move out. Okay, so what you're looking at here, inside the background, you can see we have the ground, which is just a square, a rectangle that I designed, give it a green color. We have the hue, the first hue, which is just a regular shape that I created using my pen tool. The next is the same hue. I just changed the color. And then following after that, we have our sky. This is our sky. So just a regular rectangle with this circle shape here representing the sun. Okay guys, so now we can, this is our scene setup. So one thing I advise guys, when you're setting up your scene, ensure that your main character is always in a very good position at the middle, or even if you're putting it at the side, let it be intentional. If not, make sure your main character is bold and is in the middle of your scene, because that is the first point of focus. So if I should render this, you could see that my character is right here in the middle. Okay, all right, so let's learn how to use this our character in animation. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to track my character inwards. So I'm going to move from this point to the one, two, three, four, five, to the fifth frame, guys. On the fifth frame, I'm going to move my character. I'm going to um, move my character, my camera forward. So, guys, that's it. Even more forward. Okay, so that's it. If I play this, you can see we have our lip sync, that's animation that is still in place. Okay, so that's it. So now guys, if you look, you see that there's really nothing interesting about this because it's just flat, right? These heels are not in the same position. Right now they are in the same position, but they are not supposed to be in the same position because the closer a thing is, the faster it's supposed to move, and the farther a thing is, the slower it's supposed to move. So if we should use the orbit tool, you can see that the character, the background, and everything are on the same position. You can use this for your animation, however, it's not always interesting to look at. So here is what we can do. I can change the position of each of these layers so that it could be more interesting. I can change their position. So if I should come to the layer to open the sky, I could move this sky behind by moving my mouse wheel here. You can see now I've moved my sky all the way to the back. So usually, for example, if you are in a car, moving car, you observe that the sun and the sky are almost stationary because of their distance from you. Then coming closer, maybe a hill that is a little bit closer is supposed to move faster than the sky. And then the buildings and the other things that are very close to you, they usually move very fast. Okay, so guys, that's what we're going to do here. So we're going to set the sky to be very far. Let's use something like -5, -5. Then the next here we're going to use -3. The next one, the next hill, we use -2. Excuse me. And then for the ground, we're going to use -1. Right. So let's get back to our scene. First, let's look at this. You can see that the character and the different parts of the background, their distances are differ. Okay. So now if I should return back to my camera view, of course, since the background, the sky has gone far back, it became smaller. So what we can do is to zoom it in using the zoom tool, using the transform layer tool. So I'm just going to drag on either of these points and reposition it. I'll do the same for the sky. Right now I'm changing their scale and not their position. They are still, the hills are still far behind, but their their scale is what I'm changing. So I'm going to scale this up as well. Okay, now guys, now watch what happens when I play back this same animation. You can see something interesting. So guys, you see that there has been some improvement in the movement of the backgrounds. It might not be very obvious, but you can see it. Different parts of they move differently. So for in order for us to understand this better, I'm going to make a duplicate of this layer. So I'm going to duplicate this. Okay, then I'm going to move it out to this point, move it out to somewhere here. So you can see, guys, that the position of the each of the layers is changing. So I'm going to move it out, enter into this layer, then kind of move these guys around. Just position them to cover the space, the gaps we have. Right, so this time we're going to track our character from left to right. So let's do some camera tracking from left to right. So if I should move this from left to right, you see something interesting that will happen, guys. Okay, we're supposed to have one song, so let me take this song out. Okay, so right now, guys, you can see some improvements in how these backgrounds are moving. They look a little bit more interesting. The ones at the far back are moving slower, while the ones in front are moving very much faster. Okay, so you can see it, guys. Let me slow this down a little. And see the ones in front are moving faster than the ones behind. All right, so that's it, guys. A little way to set up your scene. So it's not compulsory that you must do this um position and tracking and all those changing the camera, the depth or the distance of each of the layer, but it's just to make your scene look a little bit more interesting. Okay, so that's it. We could take another example. For example, let's I'm going to turn off this layer, and let's assume we're looking through the windows of a car. So I'm going to um, make background. So I'm going to call this my car. So let's assume we're looking through a car window. So I'm going to draw this. Let's say this is the interior of a car. Okay, guys, so I'm going to make a hole through this um, layer. So to do that, I'm going to just draw something that looks like a glass. So I'm going to do this. All right, so those are two shapes on one layer, shape 1, shape 2. So I'm going to hold down my shift key to select the two holes, the two what's it called? The two shapes. So shift, select this, select this. I'm just trying to bore a hole through this shape. So now I'm going to come here and say my create shape to create shape. So once I do that, it's going to select just the outer one. Then I'll click um, create shape. So right now we have two shapes here. We have created a shape, and now I'm going to delete the glass. Right, so right now we have a hole through our shape. Okay, to so we're assuming that we're looking through the window of a car. So guys, this is going to be stationary. So I'm going to come here and say for the car, I'm going to come down and say immune to camera, because when I'm going to be moving my camera, I don't want the car to move. So I'm going to say okay. Of course, the position is going to change. because of the adjustment I just made. So I'm going to have it here. Right now, you're going to see my camera moving from left to right, left to right. Now I want this to be faster, so I'm going to drag it down to somewhere here. So I have this left to right, make it 1 minute. So you see we're moving from left to right. Then I'm going to come back here and I'm going to reset my camera. Where is it reset? So you see we're moving from left to right, then we reset. So I'm just going to cycle this. So look as though my camera is moving from left to right, left to right. So let's see that. Let's make a few changes here. So I'm going to change this to linear and I'm going to cycle it again. So we're cycling from linear to linear keyframe. So let's see that. So guys, you see it's looking as though we're moving, we're looking through the windows of a car, and then we have the hills moving. Okay, so that's it guys. Okay, so that's it guys. You can see something that we could make using this. Okay, and alright guys, so that's it for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we'll go ahead to learn something that is a bit more interesting.